Okay, we're back, ladies. We are so back.
Yeah.
We are really into it. We're in the thick of things now.
Man.
But if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm Mati.
Hello, I'm Tahj.
I'm Jill.
And you are tuned into What's
What
Left
Left
the
the
Group
Group
Chat.
Chat.
I think it's like a really good time to just touch base because maybe we might have people who are just jumping on.
Okay.
But essentially, What Left the Group Chat is a space where we can share, laugh, educate ourselves, and really just connect.
Mm-hmm.
Specifically with women, but women of color.
For us, by us.
Exactly. But it's just a fun time over here. That's the goal. It's just a fun time over here.
First and foremost.
First and foremost, it's just a group of girls, group of friends, the things that we talk about in our group chat that make it out of the group chat to all of you guys.
Yeah.
So that's the whole idea of it. And I'm having a good old time. I'm really enjoying spending time with you gals and connecting with
learning
you.
so much about each
And
other
learning so
along the
much
way.
about
It's
each
been
other.
cool.
Yes, that's actually been the best part of it.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. And yeah, I'm so excited to talk about this next topic. It's a big one. But before we get into it, what's been going on? What's going on in, we do our highs, lows, buffaloes. It's just a way to kind of touch base. Again, for those who don't know, buffaloes are something, Jilly,
Surprising, something unexpected.
that's happened in your week, in your day. But it's just a great way for us to touch base and see what's going on.
Yeah.
All right. So who's starting? Who's got a
me.
high? Who got Julie? Tell us. I think you said
I always start.
I feel like you said you had a high.
I can't remember what it was.
Your mama.
That
We're
wasn't
gonna
my
talk about-
high. Although it is a big high.
Okay.
Yes. So my mom.
You're going to make me choke.
Okay, so yeah, my high is. My mum is coming. This is a high. Actually, I feel so terrible saying it like that because it's actually not like one of those things. I had a whole thing that I was going to say and I can't
It'll
remember
come
what
back
it
to
was.
you. But tell us about
Listen,
your
I
mama.
have to just say truthfully, I have had sick kids and I am tired.
Tired is
like
the word.
tiredness is actually now starting to kick in for
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
And I know that I had something that I was gonna say and I actually can't remember what it was.
That's okay. That's okay.
But listen, I guess if you have been listening to us, like my story is this. I grew up here. I am African Australian. And my mother decided a few years ago to move back home, which has been amazing for her and awesome actually. 'Cause
Back
when
to
I went
Zambia.
back to Zambia, and as soon as I went back, I got it.
You get it.
I understood why she would have done that, and it was amazing. But she's coming back, and so as you know, I'm a mom, and I have 2 kids, and I got a whole husband. But like, so for me, having her back is amazing because I feel like I get parented again, and nurtured again, and all those things. So I'm really excited about that.
That's a big high.
That's a
really big high.
Is that a big high?
It's
I'm
a
hoping
huge
that
high.
still happens this time around. But yes, this is my expectation.
That they stay longer?
Oh, they'll be here for a while.
Oh, nice.
Coming from someone whose mother has said she is never.
I know this about your mom. Yeah.
You should be delighted because my mama ain't coming back. Never. So
You pushed her too hard.
I might have.
You pushed her too hard.
I mean, in her defense, like 8 times in 10 years,
is a
considering
lot.
COVID. But I mean, I just feel like once a year wasn't that much, but it is far.
pushed
It is a 20-hour flight. So
It's a lot to get
It's
here.
a
it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
What about you, Miss Tahj Tahj?
I'm really struggling to think about like the highs, lows, buffaloes. I mean, a kind of high. Somebody was just reminding me that like the 100 days of prep is coming up next week for the kids.
So cute. It's so cute. for
Like
the
our girls
girl.
are in the same class, and
I love
like,
this
Same
so
class.
much.
it is so cute, and they swear they are blood relatives.
Yeah.
Like, be like, that's my cousin. Like, explain. Isabel was explaining to her mother how Elon was her cousin, and her mom was like, "Oh, like
My mom
thinking."
was like, who? And it was like, Elon, Cuckoo, Elon.
my cousin.
And my mom was like, which cousin is this now? Like, she just couldn't.
Your impersonation of your mom has
love
me
the
gassed
accent. I love the
every
accent.
single time.
Oh, so that's kind of a
That's
big
super
high
cute.
because
Yeah.
it's like 100 days. Like
Yeah.
we're halfway through the school year, more than halfway through the school year. It's a big celebratory moment. Like Elon
it's so sweet.
positively hates school, so anything to get her through. We take it one day at a
Does she?
time. Hate it.
Oh my gosh.
She will tell you up and down. I hate it. How was school terrible? She told me the other day. I said, "How was school, darling?" Stressful. I said, stressful. She said, "The teacher thinks I'm an octopus." I said, "Octopus? I don't have that many arms. I can't do that many things at once."
Oh.
Can you tell
Listen.
her to stop stressing me out? I was like, girl, if you
Queen!
don't-
Queen will read you down. Not an octopus.
She said, "Does she think I'm an octopus?"
Oh,
And Reggie was like, "Sound like something you would say." I'm like, to them. They can't say it to me about their teacher. Like, what is wrong with these children? Anyhow, so that's a bit of a high. That's exciting.
oh my gosh. I'm struggling over here. But what's been going on is that it's been a crazy week back to school. So yeah, we had a beautiful last week. We went away to our Airbnb that I was talking about.
Your beach house.
So it's so quiet, it's so serene. The days are long. There's beautiful sunsets. It's just nothingness. And so this week
Tell
has hit
us.
me
Tell
like
us. We're
a
listening. We're listening.
ton of bricks. Like coming from just like nothingness and just like long days of just like doing, just random things. It's so super, super chill to like school drop off, like school pick up. Okay, we're going to gymnastics. Okay, we're done with gymnastics. Come home, dinner. Hey, homework.
Yeah.
In between working. And then I had work events this week and then leaving the event, go pick up Kosha. Now we got dance. And she really wants to do dance, which is probably going to be my high for the week. But because that was in the group chat. I think I sent a little video and photo to you guys in the group chat this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's been like I don't know if I'd call it low, but it's like, I don't know.
Maybe that's your buffalo.
It's a buffalo
Like
because
the
it just feels like
darkness.
it just hit me. Like by Thursday, like we were just blinking at each other. Like we couldn't even, do you know when you put the kids to bed and you can't even talk to each other anymore? Like I was just like,
I get the
I
point.
don't even have anything to give.
Yeah.
So it's just been a little bit of that. But my high has definitely been that Kosha started dance. She's in her dance era. She's always been a gymnastics girl, but now I feel like she was wanting, gymnastics is very regimented and very disciplined and, structure and that kind of thing. And I feel like she just wanted something where she can let loose a bit. She's very much like me, like she's a girl's girl. So, she's getting into the dance moves. So she started jazz/funk. It was just a full circle for me. And Kosha, she's a G. We were trialing different places and we did it in one day. I
Wait,
know.
what?
Partly me. I will put my hand up if I'm
Why
saying
do you
this
say
'cause-
partly?
okay, I looked at
The
it.
child had a choice.
Like Kasha was like looking
I
up places and
no,
calling
I-
her out
listen.
at her own time.
I said to
Kosha. I
her,
wanna know what her trial is.
do you feel like, what do you want? I want to try all of them. My thing is, that means I would be doing 3 weeks of trialing classes. So I was like, okay, I'll just maybe like book 3 in and we'll see how we go on the day. The day
Sorry.
before,
She throwing stuff at it.
the day before we had the conversation, she was like, I'm down, we're doing it. The day of, Tuppy is like, this is outrageous.
Outrageous.
Stop it right now.
Post school.
But why would your husband say that
Tuppy
to you?
was like, but
Outrageous.
Kosha was like, I want to do it. Now she became all like crying, like, I want to go. You promised I'll go to dance. I want to do all of our do jazz, ballet, acro. I was like,
You found 3 studios that had different times
Yeah,
that you could
back
actually
to back to back.
Wow, that's
On the same.
This is why I was losing my mind.
bravo.
So we did jazz
self-inflicted.
/ funk, then we did the ballet class, and then we did acro. And we got home at 7. And then I had kunda for 2 of the last classes. This is
Yikes.
why I lost. This is why I'm saying
You
I
did
lost
it
my
to
mind.
yourself.
I did it to myself, but also it's done, and she's picked the one that she likes, and I'll never have to deal with. I'm done. I'm filling out the enrollment forms. It's done. Otherwise, I'll be trying out another place next week, and then another place, and
Yeah,
then
you're
it's
right.
halfway through.
You're right. Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so that's me. Whew. Okay. Anyway, on the topic of like the girls,
I just have to say that you guys, both of you too, because I'm not in the same sphere.
you actually can be though, Joe.
No, I was talking to her husband last night
No,
about the kids because her, Isabel loves gymnastics.
Yeah.
And there was like an event on a Saturday, and we're like, "Are you guys gonna go?" And he's like, "We ain't doing nothing else." I was like, and he's like, I was like, "Listen, don't deny the child this opportunity."
trying for
Like,
so
come
long.
on. He was like, "My wife has plans 3 to 4 Sundays out, and if I don't do this, and that, then no, these kids aren't doing nothing extra, nothing." I was like, "Well, then drop her off at my house.
No,
I'll
listen,
take her.
Listen, I'm
I
just
will
going to
take
say
her.
this before we move on to the next point. So I've said this. I sent you a video about this.
Yes.
That we're all different types of families.
Yes.
Right. So you can be a child-focused family, a parent-focused family,
Okay.
or a family-focused family.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
which one are you guys based on like these things? that
I
you
am
have going?
I am child focused family.
You're a child-focused family. What are you?
I feel like I'm a family-focused family.
/ child-focused family.
Okay.
Your children have like a gazillion things.
No, it's only just one.
Okay,
Goodman doesn't do nothing, right?
Yeah, but he's still really little.
Yeah.
So he's not even able to be.
But
part of
Kosh has
the
only
sphere.
ever done
So
gymnastics.
the thing about these spheres is, which I should have said first, is so the child focused family is okay. Whatever we think is going to be best for our child, the whole family is going to do that thing. And so whatever we think is best for the parents, we're going to do that thing, and everything falls in line with that thing. And the family focused family is whatever we think is best for the family,
Collective.
the collective, all the collective, that is what we're going to do for the thing.
Okay.
So that means it kind of like, I guess, like impacts the decisions that you make.
But what
Right?
if you do different things for different children? It's like our kids don't participate in the same activities for that reason. Because I don't want Queen to do something that Kendi likes and Kitty do something
But
Queen
that's
likes.
a child focused thing.
Yeah, it is.
Is
but
it
it's
is it
giving
for
them
the
experience.
whole family, or it's for the kids?
It's for the kids for sure.
Okay, so that's that.
It is.
You're right. That's a child-focused family.
I
but
own
everything
that.
is best for the kids is what we are all collectively going to be able to do. And
Yeah, I mean, I think 100% at this point in our lives, most of what we do is child focused. Yeah, purely because that's just like they're so little. So a lot of our decisions are based on, does it work for the kids?
okay,
Wait, what are you?
I'm not a child-focused family.
Yeah, what are you? You're a family focused family.
I'm a family-focused family.
I would guess that.
So if like having the kids 7 different things does not work for the family, we're not doing it. It is not going to happen.
Yeah, whereas I'll find a
It
way to
will
make it
not
happen.
happen.
Yeah.
I would love for them to, but it's not going to happen. If it means that there's going to be a breakdown somewhere along the line of the family, is actually just not going to happen.
I think I mean, I get that theory, but maybe, so in our case, so for example, Tapi and I, it's important for us that they do activities because we were, like I said, I was coming home at 5 o'clock every day in primary school and high school. Like I was doing multiple sports and I loved that. It got to the point where it got to like Form 4, like O level, where my parents were like, no, now you need to pick because now your school, like you need to focus on school a little bit.
Yeah.
On top of sport, I was doing modeling. Like I've always been like activity heavy. So I guess we're trying to now create the same thing for her. But the difference is we don't have the same structures.
Yeah, the
whereas
support.
and support. And whereas when in Zim, like you would do all the sport and all the activities at school.
Yeah.
So all your parents had to do is drop you off in one place and pick you up in the same place. Like the school would take you where you needed to go. And the only thing that I was doing kind of extra was like the modeling or whatever that, but then my parents facilitated that. So I think that's the challenge right now, that we want our kids to try out as much as they can.
Yeah, same.
It's really, really important to us. We want them to have something that they're good at, that they can be part of a team, because we feel like it's really good, like in terms of them building just social skills or whatever it is, but it's fun, right? And but we just also, like, it's just us two, and really it's just us, it's me.
Right.
It's me.
At the end of the day,
so I'm finding that it completely runs me down. But at the same time, I guess I'm child focused in the sense that I really want that for her.
Yeah, me too.
And I actually think that's cool.
Yeah,
I actually think that's
for
fine.
sure.
There's actually nothing wrong with that.
Style.
Yeah. Whereas for me, if it is running me down, I can't do it.
But
I'm going to be knocking on the door like, hi, is Belly here? We have an event. We have a gymnastics event. Me, Belle, and Kendi are going to
if
go
it's at the
do that.
expense of me,
Yeah.
my mental health, my
For
finances,
sure.
and my marriage,
Finances, listen.
She said, and my marriage.
and my marriage.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Because when you spend a lot of time like doing all the things, and I know people somehow make it work, but like
There's
a
always
job.
there's an opportunity cost for sure.
At
But
all
let's
costs.
get into this topic.
Okay, let's go. What's the
Because
topic?
we're already
Oh,
talking
yeah. What was
about
the
we're
topic?
talking
I
about
don't
our
know what the
we're
topic
talking about
was.
our children
yes,
and all that we do for them.
yes,
And I wanted us to talk a little bit about our experience raising our children, so Black children, in a very white country, and what that has been for what's that look like for us. So maybe let's run it back to like even just like pregnancy. I know I don't know let's just talk about it, because I'm curious as well for you, Tahj. I don't know if you had friends when you were in the States who had kids before you and what their experience was being like Black women, pregnancy, that whole experience of the care that they got
Yeah.
to having the children in hospital. But I just wanted to hear a little bit about it. I don't know, maybe you can start and just like what your experience was witnessing your friends go through that, and then your actual experience in Australia.
Yeah, it's an interesting point because I had my kids so late in life. So I was 39 when I gave birth to Kendi, and then I was almost 42 when I gave birth to Queen. So all my friends had kids like 10, 15 years sometimes before I had kids. So I was always like the fun auntie and everything, like, ooh,
And
it all
then
seemed
bam.
glorious, right?
Your life
and then
changed.
Bam. I mean, I don't remember the pregnancies as much because I just wasn't tuned
Yeah,
into that.
yeah.
But I do remember, and this should have been a sign, that every time I would have friends over and be like, bring the kids, we can hang out, so on and so forth, they would all go to sleep. All of them.
As
Because
in your friends?
Yes. Like I had a really big house and I had like a separate basement, and they would just be like, I'm just going to take a little nap. You got the kids? And I'd be like, of course. And then it'd be like 4 hours later and they would emerge like, what time is it? Why didn't you wake me? I was like, it's fine. We went to the park. We watched a movie. We did this. We did that. But every single time my girlfriends that had kids would come over to my house and go to sleep. And that should have been my sign that
should
this
have been
is rough. It's rough in
Yeah.
these streets. It's rough in these streets.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it came to the point where I was pregnant. I found I was pregnant and I was here. And I was like, babe, let's go back. Like never in my plan to raise kids again without my family, without a support system. And he's like, you want to go back? Because if you go back home, you're going to have to go to work because there's no paternity cover in the States.
Yeah.
Or you could have a year off here. You know what I mean? So it's like weigh the consequences of having a year off with my child or going back to work, but having the support of my family. You know what I mean? So it was like a very, very challenging decision. And we had to really decide between what was easier and what was better. Like we didn't do the easy thing. We did the better thing, right? We think, we hope.
And what was your experience? Like the care from being pregnant to having your child in the hospital? What was that experience for you?
I think it was great in comparison to some of the horror stories I've seen and I've read about, Black women in hospital care in the U.S., like the mortality rates. I don't know the statistics, but they're,
Yeah, I've heard that too.
double, triple,
Yeah.
bad as, and it crosses income, it crosses class. It's really about just the fact that you're African American in the States. that your life is at risk to give birth because you're not believed, right?
Oh, God.
It's wild to think about. And then here, I didn't have that experience at all. I mean, I felt like I was treated as a whole human, and my doctors were incredibly responsive. I referred her to 3 or 4 people after me. You know what I mean? Like, it was great.
Did you go the public system or the
I
private?
went private because I was on a visa.
Right.
So
okay.
I didn't have access to the public. I didn't have access to the public system. I was on a
I'm so confused. Did you
visa.
say you're bougie?
Yes.
Did you not have both your children
Yes,
in
I
the
do.
private
But
system?
I can say that.
the
too.
shade.
I can say that. too.
No, so that's funny because it is a whole thing when I told my friends in the States that after I had my baby that I went across the street to the Hyatt and was in the maternity ward at the Hyatt.
They was like, wait, what?
They were like, you, huh? I'm like, yeah, because there's no need to be in a hospital because I ain't sick. I just had a baby. So now they put you in a maternity ward and it's just like, you can order room service. People can come, you know, when they please. There's no visiting hours. I could take a spa jacuzzi bath. Like, you know, it was absolutely amazing. So it was really good for me case study in what care could look like as a mother, as a new mother. So yeah, my experience was good.
What was your experience, Julie?
The same. The same.
Wait, what was the question again? Tell me about the start question, like the beginning question.
So what was your experience as a Black woman being pregnant here in Australia and giving birth?
It was really hard. I feel like when I listen to you, I'm like, ah. But for me, I don't ever think back to that time and think easy. It was actually horrible. Yeah. And
Pregnant specifically?
horrible. My first pregnancy was so horrible. In terms of like just the morning sickness that I had throughout, like a big chunk of it was just terrible. It was not cute. It was not a unicorn. I was not running marathons. Like I was like in the trenches, genuinely in the trenches. And like actually prior to getting pregnant, I had discovered like I had fibroids, and I discovered that
Which is so
I had
common, right, for Black women.
endometriosis. Like I had this whole surgery thing where they discovered all these things. Oh wow. So yeah, it wasn't that cute in terms of like I didn't know if I could actually even get pregnant or whatever. And then I did, and then when I did, I was like,
Wait, what? What did I sign up to?
This is what I wanted.
Yeah.
not cute. Yeah, it was horrible actually. For me, pregnancy, and I'd say consistently. So pregnancy number 1 was really, really bad in terms of being sick. All fine, but the sickness related to it and the nausea, the vomiting, horrible. And then pregnancy number 2 initially started with like a little bit of nausea, and then the tiredness. Like I'm not a pregnancy unicorn. I am not that woman, that girl. You know, we hear about the Tajmas that are like,
I love being pregnant.
pregnant.
Loved it. It was great. I would be a surrogate.
I
If I was
am
younger.
my best version of myself.
It was beautiful. I loved it.
We hear about them. We hear about you. I've never been the you in pregnant, like never.
But how
ever,
is
ever.
the care through that for you?
Listen, I went private. But I have to just say, I worked in a hospital.
It's really good
VIP
context.
treatment, baby.
Not that, but it was more like you hear, I guess, maybe, I probably shouldn't say this, but you kind of hear the horror stories.
I think it's important for you to say that.
So in terms of like the medical system
The
and
public system.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Right.
However, I do have to say this. Yes, in terms of the public system. However, I don't want to get into the nuances of it because essentially what happens is if you do have a child and there are a lot of complications, you want to be part of the public system.
Yes. Yeah.
Because they're the ones who can actually support like a baby, right? But in terms of like what you can get from like having more the private system, in terms of what I knew and the job that I had, I was like, I will never go public.
Okay, that's really interesting. That's really interesting.
Did you go private?
I went private.
Okay.
I went private. I also had really difficult, tough pregnancies. Like I look again, just like Jill, I look back on that and I feel sick just talking about it. Like really hard. I was with Kosha, I was sick half the pregnancy and then just my body felt broken the second half. With Kunda, I was throwing up every single day till he came out and after he came out.
Jeez.
So I had awful pregnancies. In terms of my experience, my first experience, well, actually, I'll run it back. So the first time we fell pregnant, unfortunately, we had a miscarriage. And that experience was really difficult for me because I was like, I just thought you get pregnant, you have a baby.
Yeah.
And especially being a Black woman, I was like, we just be popping them out. And so it was really, really hard. And I knew nothing about it. I couldn't understand it. But thankfully, it just so happened that the doctor that did my DNC was a South African doctor who had worked in Zim.
Oh.
And I always say, like, I feel
remember
like that
this
was God just working in that space. And it was just really awesome. Like he literally just spoke to me like I was his grandchild. Like he was just like, don't even stress. Like, this is not about you. Like he just said everything I needed to hear.
Yeah.
And he literally said to me, I remember like just as we departed, he just like rubbed my shoulder and he's like, I'll see you in about 6 to 8 weeks.
Oh.
And at the time I was like,
So
talking
he
about?
did your DNC.
he did my DNC.
Wow.
And he was like, I'll see you in 6 to 8 weeks.
You
And
need
I
to
was like,
explain what a DNC is, though.
okay, so I don't even know what medically it is, but you probably have better.
So it's probably like when they clean everything out.
Yeah, so they're basically taking everything out
Yeah.
post.
If you've had like a
miscarriage.
pregnancy loss,
Yeah.
they clean everything that's there
It's
is
like vacuum sucked out. It's like a
Yeah.
yeah. So it's pretty like traumatic, and also you have to go into the maternity ward.
oh.
So that's my first experience walking into the maternity ward, and which is all set up for the baby and the thing. And so I'm in this basically like the suite.
A birthing suite.
And so I was just broken, like uncontrollably sobbing. And this man just walked in and just sat with me. And I never thought a white like male doctor could be that for me in that moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, like I said, we went through the whole thing. He was wonderful. And he also supported my husband as I was like knocked out. Like when I then spoke to Tuppy, like he was like, hey, like people never check on their dads. Like, how are you? And Tuppy actually says like at that point, that's when it hit him. And he actually broke down like, oh my gosh, like I've also got through this. So all to say like 6 to 8 weeks, we were back in his office, 6 weeks pregnant.
Wow.
Like when I say to you, it was probably, it was literally like exactly what he had said. We were back in his, and he was like, I told you.
You're like,
And
Wow.
then what it meant though is that first pregnancy for me was just anxiety the whole way through, like crippling anxiety.
like the fear of
Whenever I went to get a scan, like, but this beautiful doctor, and he knew because he had been through this, would literally hold my hand through it. And he'd be like, it's fine. It's fine. Like, we'll
love
do this.
that.
We're going to get to the end. Oh my gosh. It was just such an amazing experience. But all to say, I had a great experience. And, you know, I do listen to other podcasts, you know, black mums in America predominantly who haven't had those experiences. So I do feel quite privileged. Having said that, I don't know if it's the same in the public system. I've also heard stories of, you know, we have a great public system. Let's just start by saying that, by the way.
Yeah.
We have a great public system in
because if it
Australia.
goes bad at private, you go into public.
You go into public and you're dealing with like world-class doctors.
Of course.
So let me start by saying that. But of course, just like any other public system, you know, there's just the sheer volumes, I would imagine, that are coming through and trying to manage that. And so I have heard stories of people like giving birth like in the passageway and things like, you know, because there's like
so many people.
10 women came in ready to give birth.
Hey.
And so you're giving birth.
Queen was born public.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So as you turn your nose up at me, Queen was
I
born.
didn't turn my nose up at
Yes, you did.
anybody.
Queen was born public because we had canceled our insurance.
That's
We
right.
had canceled our pregnancy
That's
cover
right.
because
That's
we was
right.
like, I ain't having no more kids. I'm
Yeah.
old as hell. I'm not gonna have another child. So we was like, let's save this money on this maternity cover.
part.
And then they
And
were
you're
like, what? You pregnant again? What? And so we went public for the
Yeah,
second one. So
yeah.
it was that situation too, because it was New Year's Eve. She was born on New Year's
Right.
Eve.
That's
So they were
right.
running a skeleton crew.
Remember looking at me now.
And I lost so much blood. I had to go to the theater.
Honey.
And, I had an advocate because I had one of my closest
That's
friends
right.
is an obstetrician. And she
Yeah.
was literally in the room with me. And the doctor would ask a question. I would
Carmen?
just, Carmen. Shout out to Dr. Carmen Brown. The doctor would ask me a question. I would look at her. And she would nod. And then I would look at the doctor and nod. Like what she said. Whatever she said to do, I'm doing. Right? Because I don't know anything.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I lost so much blood. And then she's like, they're going to go in. It'll be fine. It's like a 30-minute procedure. You'll be right back. But it was New Year's Eve. It was a skeleton crew.
Oh, no.
They had some sort of emergency. And they put me to the side. And I went to sleep. Because obviously I'm just giving birth. Like I'm exhausted. So I
so you giving
pass
birth
out.
already? Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
I've given birth. So I pass out in the hallway like I'm done.
In the hallway.
In the hallway. In the bed, but in the hallway.
Yeah.
And then wake up and was like, what time is it? Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, it was wild. And Reggie was like, I was so stressed because you were gone for hours. They told me it would take like 30 minutes. And then you didn't come back. And nobody
Right.
told me anything. And
So is this emergency C-section?
no,
Oh.
Queen was out.
Oh.
I had lost so much blood during the delivery.
During the
And my
delivery.
placenta wouldn't come down.
Right.
So they went to go take the placenta
Right,
out in
I
theater.
see.
And they're like,
Okay.
it's quick. They just go get it. Like, not a
Right.
big deal. But yeah, so that was
So
that
those
was
are
kind
those
of a
challenges.
negative
Yeah,
experience.
yeah.
What-
A negative part of
from
it.
from the communication standpoint for
Okay.
Reggie. Like that was
Yeah.
the only thing. Like
yeah.
it
Whereas
was fine.
maybe
I was
in
fine.
a private hospital,
They would have been
you-
like, "Sir, this is what happened."
Yeah.
So you ain't hating on me completely.
I'm just saying. The baby came out was fine. Those women was like, "My birth plan is." I'd be like, "Get the baby out
right.
alive."
Yeah.
and me alive.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
That's my birth plan. That
Yeah.
was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. No. I
So I
hear it.
had
I
both
hear it. But fast
experiences.
forward. Okay, the kids are here.
The kids are here.
The kids
Amen.
are so here.
Thank God.
I want to hear a little bit about what has our experience been. So let's start with like childcare before we get to school. What has our experience been?
Mine was bad. Our childcare experience was really, really poor.
Okay.
They grew up, lived in a very multicultural area because it was Fitzroy, inner north suburbs, what I considered like not out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
but,
In
you
the
know,
north of Melbourne.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
proper suburb, 5 minutes from the CBD type scenario. And yeah, my daughter was having the conversations like the kids say my skin looks like poo.
oh.
Or they ask if they don't put on sunscreen, are they gonna look like me?
no.
Or the caregivers like put braids and plaits and ponytails and all the other girls' hair, but they don't touch my hair. And like, she's 3 and she's picking up on all these things and having
not my
these
candy girl.
conversations. Yeah. It was absolutely terrible. So here I am, like your mama, the previous episode, marching up to the school, like, look here, what's not going to happen is. So it was just, thankfully, the center director was completely receptive and, ended up brainstorming and looking at resources and books. I had her send the teachers to training to let them know how they should be
Of course you
responding.
did. Only Tahj, man.
I
Yeah,
did.
yeah.
Send them to training so they understand how to respond when children say things like this. And you can't, and don't ever let me hear about my 3-year-old having conversations about race. I need you to tell me.
Yeah. Yeah.
She can't tell me. You need to call me
Yeah.
and pick up the phone. And boy, every time after that, they'd be like, somebody touched Kendi's hair. I just thought you should know. She seemed okay with it. But I'm like,
Right.
thank you for letting me know. Thank you. I appreciate it. Like, that's the type of conversation that we need to have. So that experience actually made me go look at different primary schools, like
Yeah.
not in the area in which
Yeah.
we sat in. And they're at a Catholic school. That I'm not Catholic. I'm agnostic. I'm not religious in any way, shape, or form. Jill laughs at me like, I'll be sitting in mass like, are y'all serious right now? Okay.
Are y'all serious? And I'd be like, hallelujah.
But Yeah, it's the reason why we picked that school is because Jill was going there and that it was Black children there. And that was more important to me than, having to explain to my child,
Yes.
how I feel about the Bible. But yeah, so it was hard. It was really hard. It was really upsetting. And it was really unfortunate. And those were the moments that I look at Reggie because I blame him for everything. And be like,
We should have went back to America. I told you we should have gone back. These people are terrible. They're racist. They no Black people here, and So that's something that I grapple with here, and I struggle with on a consistent basis for the girls.
I grapple with that as well. And as I listen to you speaking, I feel fired up actually, because I'm like, why is it actually your job even to be telling these people to say, hey, let me know? Like, hey, like, I just need to speak to you guys. Like, why is that your job? This is actually what's so tiring about it for us.
We always carry the burden.
It's tiring.
That's the word. It's exhausting.
Yeah.
It's flippin' exhausting.
Agreed.
And as you know, we have our fellow parent friends who might not be of the same ethnicity, who might be more of the majority. I'll say that.
Actually, not. They're not the majority.
Okay,
The
well,
colonizer crew. I'm not saying they colonized. I'm just saying they from the descendants of the colonizers.
Tell us, what are we calling them?
We are calling them the global minority
The global minority.
because they are. This is math.
Yeah, but then it's not something that they need to really worry about. Like, they have a lot of things to be concerned about and worry about, which we do too. But it's like that and the extra part of like our children being othered and what comes with that, and being on guard, and then being ready for when like all these things come, and then being ready to be like, okay, what am I going to say to the childcare? And it's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot.
For me, interestingly enough, and we live in a very like white part of Melbourne, so in Bayside. Funny enough, I haven't from the childcare perspective, we didn't have like any issues that I knew about. And I'm going to say that because remember, children sometimes they can't even articulate
And they
what's
internalize
happened,
it. Yeah.
and they internalize it. And so I'm not. I don't even know, but nothing was brought to light specifically around that. But having said that, though, I will obviously talk about school. Like, I make it a point to have these conversations with specifically Kosha. And Kunda now, as he gets a bit older, like explaining, for her it was more so she was struggling with, why am I different? Why do I look different? Why, that was really hard for her. But what the turning point was for her is when we went back to Zim for the first time.
Yeah.
And you could see the penny drop. She's like, oh.
A whole bunch of me's.
Oh, like it was so cool to see that. It was so amazing because she got it. Like, she's like, oh, this is where I come from. This is where I come from. And it was just really cool. And ever since then, she has definitely a better sense of who she is.
Yeah.
She understands, oh, no, I come from a different place.
Right.
I'm from Wakanda.
I am from Wakanda forever.
And so,
I am
she
original.
owns it, she walks in it, but she understands it as well.
Yeah.
So she can also, I find that maybe if something did come up, she could address it.
For sure.
If someone tried to be like, your skin, and she'd be like, I'm from Africa.
And there's a lot of us that look just like
And
me.
in Africa, this is what our skin looks like.
Yep. And we ain't allergic to the sun.
No. And so I feel like that empowered her a lot. But moving onto school, that's a whole different thing. One experience that I can share from a school perspective that we had recently with the school itself is she came home with like the reading pouch, or the readers are in there, and they had this book about like Nazi Germany. Tell me why.
At grade, what is she?
One.
Yeah. Wow. Okay.
And in this book, it actually talked about, how Hitler didn't like Black people. Tell me.
Just Hitler didn't like Black people. Okay.
And then so it was about the Olympics and how the book is celebrating how this three Black men.
During this podium stand.
Yes.
Okay.
But at grade 1 level, I mean, wow, like that is
Yeah.
a lot
Yeah.
because she's still a bit too young to like really understand, you know, like the hate of
Probably
that.
unpack that.
And
yeah.
also, why are you giving it to other young children, like who
Without
aren't
any
black, to read
context.
that? Like,
Or without it. I mean, I feel
without
like
any,
they need to read
they
it more
should,
than we need to read it.
but not at this at grade 1
Yeah,
level.
yeah, not
And
a
so I had
6-year-old.
to, you know, email the school, and look, they did their best. They apologized. They just said they buy the books in bulk, and sometimes they, you know, they miss a book, you know, because sometimes they don't go through it. But in terms of from other kids and things like that, I think it's been questions, but like I said, I feel like she feels empowered to answer the questions. She cracked me up the other day. You know, she was like, oh, so-and-so's got a crush on me, but it's never going to work because he's white.
Booyakasha.
What?
Toby looked at me like, is this all you? And I'm like, I don't know whether to be like,
You like that mom in Forever. She's like, it was Keisha? He did all that for Keisha? Like, that's what you're saying right now.
So that's been my experience. What about you guys? What about you for schooling? What's that been like?
So I have schooling. I don't think for us schooling, the school is very diverse.
Oh, great. I love that.
So if there are issues or problems, it's not like a race-based problem.
Yeah.
But I can say, so we moved like a couple of years ago into like a new area, and I was really excited about that because I wanted my youngest to like try and meet or make friends in the area. And listen, it just did not work out that way.
That's hard.
At all. And it was very evident at the birthday parties. And
I remember you saying.
right at the birthday parties. And actually just know that. So I remember and listen, like I genuinely think this is a thing for us as Black moms with kids. This comes up with us often. I hear it all of the time. So I know it's just not in my household only. But like we had a moment where I was just like, you know, she's doing fine. She's having a great time or whatever. Like we were kind of like, does she like really like kind of, does she like, at times there was like question marks around whether she really fit in to this kinder. But whatever. You ask the child, she's like, yeah, I got this friend, that friend, whatever. What do I know? I gotta go off to work. Anyway, so like this one random morning, like our youngest child tells us about this story, which is around how her group of friends, these two girls, were like, we don't want to play with you because you've got brown skin. And so they said it to her face. And so, like, you know, I'm making lunch, you know, like you're making lunches.
And it just stops you in your tracks.
And I'm like, to me, but also for my, like, at the time, 9-year-old is like, what? Yeah. So she's now, like, falling over the sister. And I'm, like, falling over the sister as well. And this is actually a real thing that happened to her. So I was like, okay, cool, whatever. See, and it's really hard, like, because when these things come, what I'm learning is when they come up, I experience this, like, if you've been listening to our podcast, this is my experience often, not once, often when I was growing up. That was my experience of primary school. It was horrible. I was othered all the time. And so I'm like hearing this story and I'm like, oh my gosh. Like, and you know, when our kids bring this up, like often we're not prepared for it.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
You kind of think that you
could you be,
would,
though?
you think you're ready for it, but then when it comes up, you're like,
But you always feel like it's going to be better. Like that happened to me 20 years ago, but it's better now, right? Like our
You're
kids aren't
just
going to
like-
have these experiences,
So what did
but
you
they
say
do.
to
not
her?
ready for it. So we were just like, like, you know, and you're like, so you say, I'm like, so, but, you know, like, I'm trying to get more out of, so, you know, and then my other, like, you know, her big sister's like, but, like, so we now, like, the two women are like, but, like, because we were like, what? Both of us were like stopped in our tracks. And I'm the mom. And I also have her older sister who's a child in primary school. And then there's her who is in like kinder. Anyway, so we're trying to figure it out and stuff. And she didn't seem like she was upset.
Okay.
This is also the hard thing about it. Because when it was brought up, it wasn't like oh, this terrible thing happened. Like,
It was matter of fact.
Chick is bringing it up like,
Matter of factly.
yeah, so-and-so came to kinder and this is what, like, it was just like a matter of fact kind of thing. So I was like, and, they didn't tell us about it.
They never say anything. That's the thing.
They did not tell us. So what do you think I did?
Ran up to that school.
Dropped her off that morning. The lunch was packed, everything. Dropped her off and I obviously spoke to her kinder teacher who I really liked. Like she was like a great kinder teacher. And I was like, like this is what we heard this morning.
What did she do?
The response, I told you this. Remember this?
Yes.
Chick was like, yeah, and do you know if someone could have written a list of what not to do, she did all of the what not to do's.
What did she do?
Oh my God.
The teacher. We have other kids here. Look at and who are also, not, and these kids like. They're just being mean.
Blanta.
They're just being mean. You know what they want to be
so
like
young.
when they're trying to be mean. And she just wasn't ready. She actually just wasn't ready for me to come and ask her face to face. And I think she was scrambling, essentially what it was. She just didn't know what to say.
They're white people. People who are not in this space. When a Black person tells you they're having a negative experience and it's related to race and you don't feel comfortable saying, oh my goodness, I'm sorry. Let me get back
It
to
was
you.
actually horrible. I heard everything from because they had an incursion this week and there was like an indigenous incursion this week and maybe that's what it
Oh
was.
my gosh.
Like,
so
there
now
was-
we blaming the ancestors.
There was so many things. There was probably 4 or 5. And at the time, some people, I feel like some people are quick on their feet. Like they'd be like,
Boom, boom, boom.
I'm not that person. I'm not quick on my feet. I can just be like, okay. And I leave. And actually when I'm processing that, I'm like, what the hell just happened? That's me.
Yeah.
I need to text or call or speak to someone to be like, yeah, that was not okay. That's actually just genuinely who I am. So that's when I was like, I just left actually just feeling horrible, but I couldn't bring words to it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's also systemic, right? And this is something that I'm hoping we can get a guest to come on who's quite experienced in this, in terms of working with schools and educators, and because I think a lot of the times they actually just don't know what to do.
They don't.
And they like you said, they just don't know what to say.
What?
And so I think it's really systemic, and I feel like it's just obviously Australia is very white, so they've never actually even had to educate or never felt like they had to, put it that way, because I feel like they should have.
Yeah.
But I never felt like they needed to actually educate their educators, and also in their training be including diversity and inclusion. That's got to be a big part of your training. And that's just not to speak about color. That goes across the spectrum, right? In terms of any sort of learning differences,
and not
all
in a
those things.
cutesy way, because sometimes I feel like this is diversity.
Yeah.
It's cute.
When a child says something
what
this,
am I meant to do or say?
Yeah, and also give them a space for educators to be able to just speak freely, without judgment, and just, you know what I mean? So I think it's really important, and I feel like this is probably something that we'll dive into again a bit more, but this time maybe hopefully we can find someone who can help talk to us.
What are we meant to do?
To give us the actual tools, step by step, as a parent, what steps should I be taking if this
When
happens to my
what am I meant
child?
to do?
And
Snap out.
yeah, literally. And what can I do? And what does justice look like? Because
that's a good
some of
question.
my friends, their kids are a little older, so the children know better. They're now using it as a tool to attack.
Yes.
Right. And so what is the school doing about it? Because I've heard everything from, they just get a talking to. but I'm like, but that's discrimination in a work environment. That's it, right?
Yeah.
So
zero
why aren't we
tolerance.
teaching children that there's zero tolerance? And so I think it's a big issue and more to talk about. But I think we're gonna have to wrap for today.
So important.
Yeah, but thank you, ladies, for being so vulnerable. Thank you for sharing as usual. And we'll be back.
We'll
be so back in the next episode. We'll see you there. Bye.